Okay folks, the next area that I am going to take on is the hand wheel. This big beast of a hand wheel from 1906. And then eventually I think the next one will probably be the Bobbin Winder. Now the Bobbin Winder has really good movement, but again, this is the Bobbin Winder. This is an earlier design. It works well. It's a little more, has a few more steps in it when you go to actually wind the bobbin, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'll be going over that and showing you why you need to pay attention to the bobbin winder. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you guys, this of course is the Hen Wheel Clutch. And as all vintage sewing machines had from the very beginning up until around the 1970s, you know, to disengage the needle so that you could wind a bobbin. And this was a pretty cool feature to have, because before that, the very earliest of sewing machines didn't even have this. You had to use other means to get your bobbins wound. I have to research exactly what that was. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you guys this now. Whenever you're approaching a vintage machine, one of the things you want to pay really close attention to is little things like this set screw. This is the clutch washer set screw. Now I have screwdriver tips that I have that are not tapered, so they are less likely, I don't know if this is going to show up, they are less likely to, there we go, well, I'm not sure how well you guys can read this, but they're less likely to strip a screw. However, when you're dealing with something, you know, I have no idea how long it's been since this clutch was last taken off, right? Because you got to get this off. This is something you normally use when you're winding a bobbin, so you definitely want to be able to use it. And of course, this has to come off for the hand wheel to come off. I'm going to take the hand wheel off. I'm going to inspect it, clean it, make sure there's no, you know, thread remnants. You know, thread can often get it can get stuck behind the hand wheels of any sewing machine, because this is where the bobbin winder is, and that's not unusual. There probably is nothing there, but I want to know. Again, this is a restoration, and I want to tell my customer I've seen these parts. Now, I used my screw. I found the right size, and I pushed really hard, and then I turned slowly, right? Because, and you can see this, you can see all the dust and grit that was sort of seating this screw. If you guys push in nice and hard, you get the right screwdriver and it doesn't turn, do not force it. And you should know this basically in anything you're trying to unscrew that's stuck. You'll either break the screw, you'll scratch or damage the machine, or you'll strip the head of the screw, right? So what can you do? This one turned for me. Again, I was very careful, and it's amazing because who knows how long it's been since it's been turned. I'm probably going to take this, you know, because I'm restoring, I'm going to take it all out, clean it, and put a little drop of oil in there. Again, not a normal oiling point for those of you who sew with these, but this is a restoration oiling point. So again, I did not strip the screw. It came out, but I always approach this carefully. I want to reuse my vintage original screws. The quality of the metal, it was higher than it is today. You can get replacements for these, sometimes reproductions, but they're often poorly made. In any case, let's take a look at this screw as it comes out for the first time in who knows how long. Trying to get you guys in the shadow here. The light is better that way. And there it is, right? Look, it's got I think it's got old oil. In any case, I'm going to be putting that in my alcohol bath. While I'm on the subject of using alcohol, guys, alcohol is a great way to clean grease off of things like screws, but be very, very cautious. That's oil. Be very cautious when you are, if you're using any kind of alcohol anywhere near a vintage sewing machine, especially the black machines, because they have coatings of lacquer. Be very careful. Alcohol will dissolve your lacquer in a heartbeat, and it would be a real shame because it's one of the easiest ways to damage it. I won't go into the paint finishes and how to restore those here. I'll be talking about that at a later time. So let's take off this washer, and I'm going to need 2 hands for this, so hold on for me.